Hi, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade leaders. We have our new kids already. We have promoted, so you have 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders who have just started school and are in that new grade now. As you start this week, we're going to be talking about David in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 24. And David had to make some hard choices at times. Saul was chasing him because he was afraid of David's power and authority. And David had an opportunity to kill Saul, but he decided to back off and respect him because of his position. And I think all of us can learn from this example. I know one of the ways that we teach this to our kids in our house is we are very mindful of people who have positions like the president or people who have titles that go with their position. And we encourage the kids that even if they choose not to like someone or have heard something that makes them not like, that they still use the word president to describe the president of the United States. Or that once the person is not in office anymore, that you wouldn't just go down the street and say, "Hey, George, how are you?" You still would call him President Bush instead of George. And so that's one way that we try to instill that in our kids in our house. There are other people in other positions that I think it would be important for you to discuss. Teachers at school, administrators, first responders are good people that we should encourage kids to respect because of their position. People who are in the military, we should respect them because of what they do for us and fight for us. So if you can think of other things, I would encourage you to encourage your kids with those as well. Be mindful that some of your kids may not have your same viewing point on that, and a lot of times that comes from their family. So don't undo what a parent has done, but maybe encourage them to think about it from a different perspective. Your opening activity this week is another Would You Rather, and you're going to ask a fun question of them. I hope that you're enjoying this and finding new ways to interact with each other based on Would You Rather questions. This is a really good way to build bonds between each other and find things to laugh about. You'll have large group and worship time. You have some discussion questions. And then your application activity this week, you're going to pass out a piece of paper to each kid and something to write with. And you're going to encourage them to take their piece of paper and to tear it into the shape of an L. Like so. All right. And after they have torn their paper, ask them to write as many people as they can think about who are leaders in different kinds of ways. What kind of people do you think are leaders? And so they should write as many things as they can get on their letter L. And you're going to set a timer. I encourage you to really do this, even if it's not like a real timer, but pay attention to the time so that this doesn't go for a long period of time, so that you can have some good discussion from it. And then when time is up, you're going to have each kid count how many things they have on their letter L. And then you're going to ask, how many people have more than 5 leaders? How many people have more than 8 leaders? How many people have more than 10 leaders? And then if you look just around the table, you'll probably see if you can go up higher, you should go up higher and see how many people they thought. And then get them to discuss and share with everybody. Who are the people that we think are leaders? And does everybody agree that that person is a leader? Encourage them to start that discussion and see what everybody has to say about that. You'll get your kids in their Bibles and help them figure out where to find the memory verse for the month. And then your pray and dismiss activity. I encourage you to really do this because it's a really great word picture for kids. There's going to be some squares of toilet paper in your small group basket for the day. And what you want to do is give each kid a square of the toilet paper and something to write with. Probably a marker or something that doesn't tear the toilet paper real easy would be the best thing to do. And have them write the name of someone that they're having a difficult time respecting on their toilet paper. And then when that's all over, you want to encourage them to wad up their paper in their hands and pray with you about the situation. And maybe you leave a quiet time during your prayer time with your kids for them to fill in the blanks. And they don't have to pray out loud, but encourage them to pray about the thing that's on their piece of paper and their potential response to that person. And then you want to encourage them to trash this, because we're gonna put that attitude aside and we're gonna choose to respect this person. And for some kids, this may be a really challenging thing, but remind them that you'll be willing to talk to them about it and to pray with them for that, and to encourage them in the weeks ahead to find ways that they can respect people in all positions. Because we love God, and because of God's character, we can learn to respect everyone. I love you guys. Thank you for investing in kids. Thank you for helping us all to grow together. If you have any questions at any time, please feel free to get with me or any of your campus leaders. We'll talk to you soon.